Hello and welcome to our astrological vibrations for Friday, July 22nd, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I feel the power of self-love healing me. And today we are moving into Cancer. Hopefully as the sun moves into Cancer, it releases some of the lethargy of sun at 0 degrees. It took me a long time to get this video out because of that lethargy, but as we have the sun moving in, we have the moon shifting into Scorpio, bringing even more water energy into everything. Water world is definitely a thing. Grand Trine water energy, feeling. And remember, feeling to healing is a big part of the process right now. There's always a plan in the universe. So we have some energies going on today that we'll get into, but what we're building into is so much more interesting to me, and actually what pushed me into doing this eclipse, or not this eclipse, I am causing eclipses, doing this horoscope, even though I was like, I am tired. So we have a build early Saturday morning of Mercury and Pallas, very interestingly enough, opposite Pluto. So if you have gotten a eclipse reading with me, you have heard me talk about these energies. And if you've bought it and haven't gotten it, we will talk about this. But this is another, it's like when a teacher in school is like, hey, this thing that you just learned, this is going to be on the test. That's kind of what the universe is doing right now with all of these passes at this 20-degree energy, nurturing energy, something hanging out in Cancer where that first eclipse is going to be, and Pluto holding that point at 20 degrees in Capricorn. Now, it's really interesting because I pulled a card I've never actually pulled from the Goddess deck. I've had this deck for at least 3 years, and I have never pulled this card. But basically, it talks about the synthesis of opposites and how the synthesis of opposites brings us into success. And that's what we need to realize and recognize in and through this opposition that we have. So we have Pallas. Pallas energy represents patriarchal energy. In the sign of Cancer, it represents where we ourselves are comfortable with the status quo. We ourselves are comfortable with patriarchal energy. One of the things I've been talking about in the readings is, at the end of the horoscope, I always say there's enough love in the world for you. Love means different things to different people. For some people, love is food. For some people, love is relationship. For some people, love is security. For patriarchal energy, they love security. They love the security of the patriarchy. And there's places within us, each and every single one of us, even the most woke one of us, that has that place where we are comfortable in that status quo, where we are comfortable in the security of that. No shame. No shame in it. You know, that's stability. It has represented stability. It has represented that foundation. And that's where Pluto is working that vibration. Pluto is changing the status quo. Pluto is changing and shifting that vibration. Pluto, as we nurture ourselves, as we nurture the information, Mercury, and through all of this, as we become aware of it, we get to shift these energies. Become aware. Use that Mercury energy. Feel your way through this. Does this feel like love to you? Does this feel like what you really know love to be? Or is it security masquerading as such? And how can you allow self-love to bring you healing and help you break through glass ceilings and faulty foundations? So this is powerful stuff. It's going to continue through the eclipses, but it's really interesting. Take notes because this is going to be on the test. Anyways, that's why I had to do it, because I was like, here this comes. We are going to be feeling that. It may feel a little unstable. You may feel like lashing out. A lot of times, especially with the moon in Scorpio, a lot of times when we don't feel safe, we lash out. So just be very aware of yourself in and through this. Besides that, sun and the moon are connecting, moon and Uranus are connecting, sun and Uranus are connecting. All of those things are at 1 degree. 1 degree is the degree of love. So we rise through finding love. 1 degree reminds us in the spirit of Cancer, self-love, self-healing. The more self-love you can bring yourself, the more you will bring healing. The more you will bring some breakthrough in and through this. Moon opposite Scorpio. There may be moon opposite Scorpio. Moon is in Scorpio. This is what happens when I'm tired. Moon in Scorpio opposite Uranus and Taurus. That energy. There may be some worth stuff. And some of these things, the security stuff, it's going to play on your worth stuff. It's okay. Self-love, self-healing, self-feeling is going to be what brings you in and through this. Sun connecting to Uranus, my feeling is there's a little breakthrough in and through that, especially through your awareness and through your true woke state. The other connection we have is the moon connecting to Saturn. That's a little bit later in the day, 6 degrees. 6 degrees is the degree of finding balance, harmony, ultimately within yourself. Be very vigilant of how you are showing up. Be very vigilant of potential victim energy coming up. Be very vigilant where you feel your security may be threatened, because that may give you a key where you're still playing into all of those games. So, synthesis. We're going to read all about synthesis, but here we have it in integration. Tuning in, going deeper, looking at ourselves, and from there, you go in to rise. Sink to rise. I said that earlier this year. Here it is. Sink in to rise. And what does that lead to? Success. Unfortunately, I have the playfulness card in reverse. Today may not be the most playful day. It really may be a heavy work day, a heavy, heavy processing day. Keep showing up. It'll shift. All right, so let's read Gildepis. She is the lady of the hanging hair. Is a forest goddess of the, I'm going to mess this up, sorry. If anybody knows how to say it, you're welcome to tell me. Thinglet and Haida people of the Northwest North America. She comes, oh, let me read your poem because I like it. I take opposites and conflicts, all that is contradictory. I take the diverse and varied. I take the simple and the solitary, and mix and merge, meld and blend. I take what is separate to create union. I bring together what needs to be brought together, so wholeness is achieved. Wholeness? That's a theme. That was Pachamama's theme, too, yesterday. Gildefis glides into your life to tell you the way to wholeness for you now lies in synthesis. It's time to bring together all the divergent parts, all the opposing pieces together into one whole you. At this time in your life, you may be engaged in conflict or opposition. You must now resolve it and create union, integration within the self. Yin and yang energies, find that balance. Perhaps you are dissipating your energy, your life force in too many directions, or have 100 irons in the fire. That kind of feels like me right now. This is the time to find the common thread that will serve your needs in the best way. Gildefis says that by learning to listen to all the different pieces, all the divergent parts of you, and this can include your family, community, and partner, you can hear and give what is needed to create wholeness. Wholeness is created when all the parts are honored and listened to, when all parts are brought together and synthesized into a whole. The greatest gifts to the whole often lie in the most disparate pieces. So, that is it for today. Woo! I got it done. All right. That being said, you can still book the eclipse reading. There's enough love in the world for you. The better it gets, the better it gets. And I will do my best to show up tomorrow. Namaste.